Okay. So today we are focusing on the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve, when we stimulate it, it helps enact the parasympathetic nervous system, which is basically the part of your body that allows for restoration, that allows you to step out of the fight or flight or any either heavy emotions or even like anxiety. It can really reset anxiety and get you to a more centered place. We're going to do some different ones than we've done before. Okay, they're going to be a little weird. I know you're down. I know you're down for weird. Okay. And let me say before we begin, the rule of thumb with when you know it's working is when either you swallow, like there might be a swallowing effect where you start swallowing a little deeper. You might be able to take a deeper breath, or you might begin yawning. Depending upon what your day has been like and where you're at, the yawning might not happen automatically and it might take a little bit longer, and that's totally okay. Some people, when they do these practices, they have to do them like 10 times in a row to get the yawn because they're so uh, dysregulated. And that's not like a judgment or anything like that. It's sort of just the biology of it all. Okay. I have been doing these for the past hour before this call. So you will see me yawning immediately because I've already been doing it. So hopefully my yawns, you can deal with them. It's kind of annoying, honestly, on my side to be yawning, but hopefully for you, you can deal with the yawns. Okay, ready? Once I start talking about yawning, sometimes they just start coming. So, yep, that's great. Isn't it funny? You can simply talk about the vagus nerve and that it makes you yawn, and then your reticular activating system is going to look, where do we start yawning? It's amazing. Okay, so take your right hand, bring it over your head, and then bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And just relax in this shape. Take a breath. Okay, now the vagus nerve is connected to your eyes. All right, so what you're gonna do is lift your gaze up and to the left. So you're looking up to the left corner of your space. Look as left as you can and just breathe normally. We're gonna hold here for about 30 seconds as your vagus nerve slowly becomes stimulated. Long, deep breathing, relaxing in your belly. Keeping the eyes angled up to the left. And really go to the edge of that gaze. Look up and to the left as much as you can. Deep breath in and big breath out. And slowly bring your head back to the center and release your arm. Just take a moment in the middle. Okay. Left hand comes up and over the head, ear towards the shoulder. It seems like we're just gonna go into a neck stretch, but we're actually working with the eyeballs. So you take your eyeballs and now you're looking up and to the right. Get to the edge as far up and to the right as you can while breathing into your belly, nice slow breaths. And for some, it's really challenging to hold this gaze up and to the right. Just practice patience with yourself and stay as long as you can. You might hear my good girl snoring in the background, still looking up. We're holding for about 30 seconds, and you might notice your body starting to shift state as this vagus nerve gets stimulated. 10 more seconds. All right, one more breath in and out. Slowly come back to the center and close your eyes and just notice what it feels like in your body. Notice if the breath is a little deeper. Notice if anything changed in how you are swallowing. And then open your eyes. All right, if you noticed a shift from that first piece, unmute yourself. Oh, Janet, boom. Unmute yourself and tell us what happened.
There's there was like a tightness in the back of my head and it's gone. It just feels really relaxed.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Danielle. Oops. Is Danielle the only person to feel a shift? Or are you just like, I don't want to talk right now?
When I was looking up into the right, I felt my eyes go cross-eyed on that side, and then that's when I felt a shift. It was weird.
Okay.
I
That's
don't know
fine.
if it was
Okay.
supposed to happen, but and then it just felt like an opening or like a lightness in my chest. And this cat just wants to lay right on my laptop.
Perfect.
Calvin.
So, how amazing would it be if you were in the middle of your day and having a more, higher regulated experience and you took that was 60 seconds, 1 minute, 30 seconds per side in the bathroom. Maybe not in the bathroom, especially if you're working from home, but you get it. Doesn't have to be in public. And boom, there's a shift. Janet, do you want to share
So I didn't feel the shift until after, like
a few seconds?
a few seconds after. But what physically happened in my body is that my sinuses cleared up. I could breathe really easily and my ears popped.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing. That vagus nerve weaves through the whole face, through your throat, down through your body, down into your hips, down into your pelvis. And sorry, the snoring over here is just so loud. It's sometimes distracting to me. But yeah, if you have a activated one of your brain hemispheres is activated, it's going to affect your nose, just depending upon what you're doing, and it will affect your ears because your eustachian tubes are connected to your nose. Okay, ready for the next level? Okay, it's dark in here because my light popped today, so that's okay. You can still see me. Now you're going to take your right arm again, side of the head, move my hair. Yep, let's all move our gorgeous, luscious locks. Right ear to the right shoulder. Okay, actually, while you're here, just come neutral for a moment because I just realized you need to see me and I don't want you to look up and then look back at me again. So we're going to be here, we're going to be here. Then this bottom arm is going to wrap to the rib cage the side of our rib cage. So left arm holds the right. You're looking up and you're literally going to pull your rib cage to the left so that your spine arcs to the right, almost like your spine will be in a C shape and your gaze will be up and to the left. Does that make sense? It's going deeper down that vagus nerve column. Begin with right hand on the head, right ear to the right shoulder.
Shira, are we mirroring you, or like if I do my right, it's the opposite of you? Is it better if
Opposite. Yeah, you'll be
should I
opposite.
mirror you?
Don't mirror me. No, you'll be opposite.
Do
Right
it.
arm.
Okay.
Wherever your right arm is.
I'm like overthinking it. Sorry.
That's why we're here. We're here to underthink. Ah, we're under. Let's all decide to underthink. Okay, so right arm over, and you turn, and then it's your left arm that will wrap. Like you're giving yourself a hug, and you're just pulling yourself over to the left. Does that make sense? Okay, back to the center. Back to the center. Let's release everything. Just give your head a little turn side to side. You could also notice if one side of your neck is a little tighter. And we're going to release that a little bit. Okay, back to the center. Woo! Yawns, yawns, yawning town. Right hand over. Right ear to the right shoulder. Now start with your gaze. Looking up and to the left. And then the left arm will wrap around your body. And you're pulling your ribs to the left as your head arcs to the right. And your gaze is up to the left corner. We're going to be here for 30 seconds. Yeah, beautiful. Now remember, it's not your chin that's lifting, it's your eyeballs. So if you notice that your chin is pointing to the sky, let it be parallel to the floor. Yeah. And then eyes up and to the left. I know it's a little challenging. We're going to be here for about 30 seconds. And you might go cross-eyed, that's okay. Just looking up as far to the left you can. 5 more seconds. And you're being gentle with yourself. No need to like crunch yourself into a uncomfortable shape. Come back to the center. Release your hands. You can roll your chin a little bit. You can move your head around. We're going to go right to the other side. Left hand over the head. Try and keep your chin pretty parallel to the floor. Left ear to left shoulder. The right arm hugs you. You will be opposite me. Yep. And then gaze up and to the right. And you pull the ribs just in the direction. Deep, full breaths. Being gentle with your spine. If you have gone too far, you can always back out of it a little bit. Looking diagonally up as far as you can, really finding the edge of your vision. This is incredibly, incredibly soothing for your central nervous system. About 10 more seconds here. Still looking up and to the right. Okay, deep breath in. Big sigh. And then slowly come back to the center and release your hands. You can move your head around. Just be really gentle. Go side to side. Might be nice to look down and up and just let what was activated through the neck, through the eyes, down the ears and the nose, and into the throat sort of recalibrate. And then close your eyes and we'll just breathe in this shape. Just feeling what it's like to be in your body right now, feeling those subtle sensations. Okay, keeping your eyes closed, we're going to move into what's called heart math breathing. And if you are new to the heart math practice, heart math is an institute that studies, does lots of research around brain waves and heart waves and what happens when they're coherent. So we're taking a little vagus nerve vacation and we're going into some breathing practice. So in your comfortable seat, let's turn your palms to face up in your lap with your first finger and your thumb touching. So that yoga connection. And then imagine that at the center of your chest is a nose, like you have a second nose right at the center of your chest. And if it helps you to bring a hand or a few fingers to your sternum to connect to that sensation, you are welcome to do that. And relaxing your belly and your shoulders, you'll start to breathe into this second nose, into the sternum, into the heart center, and out from the heart center. So all your awareness is dropping into your heart space. You're breathing in and out from there. Breathing into the heart center and out of the heart center. And the breath is relaxed and your belly is relaxed. You might even visualize that you are taking in a certain color into the heart space as you inhale, and another color as you exhale. So all of your awareness rests right at the center of the chest, at this heart space. Okay, deep inhale through your nose. Big exhale through your mouth. And blink your eyes open. How we all doing? Feeling good? Feeling divine? Okay. So now we're going into the ears. And we're going to stimulate the vagus nerve through the ear canal. The brain, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna get close. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, so the first place, first part of your ear is the little like hook that's at the top of your ear. The little hook at the top of your ear. Okay, I actually have the piercing on the other side, so it will be a good diagram. See where the piercing is? You're going to put your finger under that. Got it? Okay. Now, it doesn't matter what ear you started with, but you're only going to do one to begin. Because when we're working with the vagus nerve, we want to work with like the specific channels so it stays very simple. Now, you're going to make little circles, just like a massage. And you're right at the top. Your finger is hooked under that top ridge and you're just gently circling. Now you could do circles or you could do little back and forth movement. And that's all you're doing. You could do nice and slow. You can close your eyes. We're going to do about 30 seconds of this. It's like we're sending these channels of information that we're healthy, that we're well, that we are healing the body, and it's going right through these nerve channels, sending messages like bundles to the brain. It's like kisses to the brain. Now, for some of you, it might take longer than 30 seconds to feel the effects. You might not feel the effects today, and that's okay. You're being gentle. You're not trying to rip any holes. All right, let that go. And we're just gonna see, this is going to be kind of weird. You're gonna hold your ears and just see if you can kind of wiggle them around and if one feels a little tighter than the other. It's like you're wiggling them, you can pull them back and forth. We don't really think about the ears as places that are tight, but your ear actually can hold quite a bit of tension and it will literally be, it'll feel like kind of tight, maybe stuck to your head a little bit. Okay, so you're just kind of taking note. Got it? Is one ear tighter than the other? Point to the ear that's tighter. Is it your right ear or your left ear? Okay, so for some of you, it's left. Raise your hand if it's left. I like that, Danielle. The left ear, the one we just did? Yeah. And the right, that's Janet. Okay, so we're gonna do the right and then we'll test again. So right in that little hook, little baby circles. Close your eyes, nice deep slow breaths. Sending those bundles of information down the nerves, through the whole body, into the brain, that we're healthy, that we're well. And you do want to be gentle, because if you're doing it, we're just working with the first layer of the skin. That's where the nerves are. If you go too hard, it's just not that enjoyable, you know? Okay, about 10 more seconds. And then let it go. Close your ear, close your eyes. So say close your ears. Close your eyes and feel. Notice sensation. Notice your state. All right, hold the ears again and do that softness test, the mobility test, which seeing if your ears are looser. If your ears are hot or warm, that's very normal. So we're bringing blood flow there. We're just improving the circulation, which is really good for your nasal passages too, your throat, your head. Okay. All right. When you're ready, open your eyes. And I'm going to show you my ear again, my ear diagram. Now you're working. If you go, I'm just thinking, how do I explain this? Right at the start of your ear canal, there's like a little dip right here. You see it? Doot, 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 doot. Got it? Yep, it's that dip right at the start of the ear canal, and you're going to start to circle there. Yeah, you got it. Yes, we got Tiffany. Perfect. All right, we're going to do this one for about 30 seconds. Just close your eyes. Remember, nice and slow, either circles or kind of movement back and forth. We're just doing gentle nerve stimulation. Now, you want to do each of these things I'm sharing at least for 30 seconds. So when you implement them into your day-to-day, keep going. So when you implement them, make sure that you aren't doing it like, I did 3 seconds and it didn't work. What the heck? You gotta do 30 seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Feel your body. If you want to kind of roll your head side to side, you can, because things will start to release in your neck. Energy will move through your neck when you're doing the vagus nerve, since it does go through, kind of crisscrosses through the throat. Okay, let's pause. Take a couple shoulder rolls. And then we'll do right, or whatever is the side you didn't do. You're in that right at the start of your ear canal and a little bit back. You're making little circles. in either direction. About 5 more seconds. All right, let that go. Eyes closed, feel in the body. You're welcome to move your head around if you've got things to release out of the neck. Might feel nice to take a deep inhale and a big sigh. Okay. We're going to do one final layer and then I'll let you all go. You can keep yawning as you do whatever you're doing next. All right, so with your eyes open, you'll turn your head to the side and just look with your eyeballs as far as you can, and then slowly go to the other side and look with your eyeballs as far as you can. Now, we've done this side to side movement earlier, so you might notice if you can turn your head more than before. You should have a little bit more mobility. And if you don't remember, that's okay. Okay, come back to the center. All right, now, normally you would do this laying on your back, but we can do it seated and you can do it laying on your back another time, okay? So you'll lace your fingers and I'm gonna have you watch me first. I'm gonna put my hands right behind my head so I have a solid base. And then I'm gonna keep my head stable, my chin and nose facing forward, and I'm gonna look to the right as far as I can. But I'm not turning my head. Head is stable, and I look to the right. It's gonna feel weird. We're gonna do it for 30 seconds. All right, here we go. Hands behind your head. So what's amazing about the vagus nerve is that when it starts to release, it actually releases trauma. It lets go of old things held in the body. It's like the more you can kind of lean into it, even without knowing. Tiffany, look to the right. But your chin stays forward. Face forward. You got it, girl. And then make sure your head is facing forward as you continue to look to the right. And keep your breath relaxed. About 15 more seconds. And ideally, you would do this until you yawn. Here one comes. And then you'll know that you've got that vagal nerve stimulated. All right, come back to the center with your eyeballs. You keep your chin. Ooh, my eyes are getting all funny. My eyes are like, where are we, Shira? Okay, so you're gonna, and also I'm in a black background. It looks like I'm floating in space. All right, so make sure your chin doesn't move. That's like the hardest part. And then look to the left. Just your eyeballs. If a yawn comes, that's so good. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Could take up to a minute. We're gonna see just how it is, just breathing, looking to the left. And for some people, it does take, doing this like 10 times in a row, 10 days in a row. Whew. All right, back to the center. Release your hands. Okay. Look to the right. Let your head turn. And just look to the left. And then see if you have any more mobility. See if your head can turn a little bit more. If any sort of tension was released around the head, the neck, the shoulders. And then you can move your head around in any other direction if you want. And then when you're done kind of moving your head around, close your eyes again. Rest your hands, palms face up in the lap, and just breathe into this state that you have, just staying with your inner world. And you can use this moment to feel, just to feel the sensations in your body on a really, really subtle level. Just the way that you might feel the air on your skin. Notice that subtle sensation within. Notice any lightness, any tingling, softness. And then take a deep inhale and sigh it out through your mouth. Slowly begin to blink your eyes open, coming back into your space and staying in this regulated space within yourself. So your eyes can stay kind of half open, half closed. And we're going to close up from here. But before we do, how are y'all feeling? What did this shift for you? When are you going to use it? So many questions.
So my breathing is much more down in my belly. Like I'm not getting the tight tinglies up here. Um, and I might use this at night before I go to sleep instead of Schitt's Creek.
That is a beautiful, beautiful intention.
Oh,
Yeah, and I would even go so far as to say, use it tonight. You're already so deep in, it'll be so easy. Yeah, cool. Susan said, oh, here comes Sky. Feeling a lot calmer, ready to sleep like a baby. Beautiful. Danielle, it looks like you're trying to unmute.
I did it.
Yay.
I feel great. I feel like just a warmth and a buzzing. I am picturing being at work and like going to the bathroom or taking my lunch and using some of these exercises to just like check in with myself, because I notice that when I'm working or when I'm being social, I feel like I'm more on and I'm kind of like in this excited mode. Um, and I don't know if it's necessarily serving for me to be there as much as I am. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm excited to use this more.
I get that. I get that. Okay, awesome. Yay. Tiffany, how about you?
I definitely want to go back and redo it or like go deeper into it. I felt emotions come up and just like a lot of tension in my neck and shoulders and back. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it would be beneficial to go through it a couple more times. And yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I was just like kind of in a little bit of resistance today, just because it feels like this volcano that's just gonna erupt if I finally just like let myself go.
Mm.
Or like let the flow happen.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. It definitely helped to loosen up things, but
Yeah.
I want to definitely go back through it again.
Take your time. Thank you for being patient with yourself. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful rest of your night. Keep taking care of yourselves through this week. That's it. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank
So
you,
grateful for
Shira.
you.
thank you,
Thank
Shira.
you
Thank you.
much. See you tomorrow if you're coming.
Good night, y'all.